Hey everyone, what's up? It's me Gamerturk and welcome to our weekly Alicization Q&A, your favorite Tuesday show that 3 out of 4 times doesn't come out on a Tuesday. Anyways, this is an extension of my Explain series where you ask questions where you want more clarifications and I answer those questions. As always, I don't provide direct spoilers to you, I don't answer those, is this gonna happen, is that gonna happen, so you can keep those questions out, I'm not even picking those. But to begin, we have, as usual, 3 different question types. We have spoiler questions, which are gonna be at the end, which makes me wonder why I mentioned them in the first place. We're gonna have normal questions, which is what we are beginning with, and we have opinion questions. Surprisingly, we have a lot of normal questions that are not spoilery as of episode 20, so if you have watched episode 20, you are safe to watch this video. But without further ado, let's start with the normal questions. Can you explain where the windows surrounding the Great Bath from the outside of the building? Because we see the windows from the inside in previous episodes, it makes me wonder why they don't just break through the windows to seek in through. There is no specific answer to this in the novels. Chances are it's just sacred arts, the outside looks a very specific way and the inside has certain features and stuff. Seriously, there is no answer. It's probably just an illusion of a window, maybe looking to the outside for the baths to look actually nice. Or it can also be that A1 did not want to, animate the outside of the tower in a more elaborate way. But we do not know, I can't blame A1. Question: since Eugeo's Blue Rose sword has used Enhanced Armament 3 times and released Recollection once, will that put Eugeo at a disadvantage against Kirito's sword, the black one, durability wise? That is a great question actually, good that you pay so much attention. And yes, theoretically it can, but I am not gonna answer if it will or if it won't, because that would be spoilers and the question is in the normal section. But yeah, the durability of the swords is something you should be paying attention to, and it will definitely come up, especially considering Eugeo has used the Enhanced Armament 3 times and released Recollection once already, and Kirito has used 2 times Enhanced Armament if I'm not mistaken. Keep your eyes on the durability. But also keep in mind that, a sword can regenerate durability the more it's actually staying in its sheath. So that's also another factor. We see Kirito constantly carrying his sword in the sheath when he was climbing, whereas Eugeo's sword has been out the entire time. It wasn't even inside the sheath because it was stuck in the ice and Kirito brought it up. So yes, do keep an eye on the durability. What's the difference between released Recollection and Enhanced Armament? I know the anime kinda explained, but it'll still be nice to have a detailed explanation. Enhanced Armament is more of a system command. You can even see it in the animation quite nicely. That, of course, wasn't so distinct in the novels. Those tables, circles and stuff, the system window type of things was a great addition by the anime. The Enhanced Armament is more of a system related thing. The system enhances your sword based on the past of the memory. Release Recollection is just uncontrolled unleashing of the memories of the weapon. So that's why when enhancing armament you can see all those, windows pop up as if the system is doing something. In the Release Recollection you barely see anything, it's just the weapon going ham with everything it has. Next question: will Eugeo be able to surpass Kirito in terms of skill or swordsmanship? I think the student may surpass the master in the upcoming duel. In the novels, Kirito actually does mention a lot that Eugeo is much more disciplined, much more passionate and much more technique oriented. Yeah, I believe that would be the correct way to, convey Eugeo's approach to things. Eugeo does discover a lot of skills on his own, he's quite creative actually. And Kirito mentions that, yeah, Eugeo will eventually become a better swordsman in the end. The thing is, what's holding Eugeo back is experience, because Kirito has spent 2 years inside Aincrad where he literally fought for his life. Eugeo only has been doing that for the past couple of hours. Despite having, a certain swordsmanship training, he never fought for his life throughout the 2+ years they have been on the journey. So that's one advantage Kirito has, but Kirito knows Eugeo eventually can become a better swordsman and he is not aware what exactly happened to him. So the question is up there and we're gonna see next episode. In the last episode, Kirito asks Eugeo if blindly following Quinella's orders was more important than Alice, but instead of saying that he didn't remember Alice like he did with Kirito, he instead said, "I don't know, I don't want to know. Does that mean he isn't fully synthesized?" He is fully synthesized. I actually touched on that topic in my explained video for episode 20. You can check that out by clicking the icon on the top right corner, somewhere around there. Why can I not point at it? There we go. But yeah, his synthesis ritual is not exactly a normal synthesis ritual, and you're gonna find out more about that in 2 episodes probably, I imagine. I'm not sure. We may actually get more anime original scenes, so I don't want to be very exact with the episodes, but yeah, we're gonna see it in the remaining episodes more detailed. And another question related to that, Eugeo said, "I don't know, I don't want to know." Does that mean he's just pretending like he doesn't know Kirito and Alice? You mentioned that Eugeo will be synthesized, but his memory altering is different, so does he have his memories now too? I don't think that's a spoiler question. The warning is appreciated, of course, but yeah, we can do this without spoilers. As I said, he went through the synthesis ritual. That was the synthesis ritual. The remove core protection gives Quinella every single access that she requires. And there's another reason why the synthesis ritual was so quick, as I mentioned in the explained video. But again, he does not remember. He's completely synthesized with a twist, with a difference than the usual knights. But we're gonna get to that, as I said, in the future episodes. Ooh, we got 4 questions. Lightning round. When Alice went against her mission, did she break the Taboo index? I'm assuming no, since there was no floating blue head, but she did see the seal of the right eye. Okay, we're gonna do the rest of these with audio only, and I'll provide some bigger screenshots instead because OBS messed up again recording my voice, so the entire second half of this video was done and the light is gone. I have terrible conditions, so I can't record it in a video, so audio only content again, let's go. But yes, there Alice actually did break the Taboo index, since the first line you see once you open the Taboo index book is that you need to be loyal to the Axiom Church. She openly defied the church and she did break the Taboo index. Now, as for the reason why the blue face did not show up, the senators, chances are it has something to do with the fact that she's an integrity knight, probably outside of certain, what do you call it, reporting functions, let's say. So chances are she just didn't get flagged for the senators to actually report. Is it ever confirmed as to whether Eugeo had something with Quinella or not? It's never confirmed, but let's be real. Quinella got exactly what she needed the moment Eugeo removed core protection. At that point, there was no reason for Quinella to do anything else to showcase her, understanding of love, let's say, because we're gonna have more about what she thinks of love in the future episodes. Do Underworld residents recover durability over time? Yes, they do. Resting is the best way of actually doing it. That was actually the reason why Eugeo only hits around 50 every single go. Exhausting yourself too much brings down your life value, resting a little brings it back up. Of course, you can use healing arts to speed that process up, but you do recover durability over time as long as you don't have any damage over time effects like bleeding or poison, etc. Finally, how are Sacred Arts users turned into those male humanoid beings? They're not really turned into male humanoid beings. They are still humans, just heavily processed. The thing is, they do still possess a floodlight, most certainly, but even Kirito is not sure if there is anything remaining there that's salvageable, as I explained back in my explained episode. That's 2 explains, that's kind of redundant. But yeah, it's essentially like the synthesis ritual, their entire memories are removed, and at that point they are working more like machines with a directive because there is literally nothing else inside. There is nothing salvageable, as Kirito assumes. Next question. Is there a chance they will expand Season 3 a bit after these last bit of episodes come to a close? The thing is, the last bit of episodes that are about to come to a close is just the first half of Alicization. We have an entire second half. This first 24 episodes are from Volume 9 to Volume 14, which is 6 volumes. We have 4 more volumes to cover, Volume 15 to Volume 18. So yes, we will have more happening in Season 3. Next question, and this actually relates back to Aincrad, not Alicization, but I like the question, so answering it here. When Crediel was fighting Kirito back in Season 1, how was Po, obviously a yellow/red player, that's called an orange player by the way, just combine the two colors and you'll be on the correct way. Able to watch it in a town, wouldn't he get attacked by the town guardian? Your assumption is correct. If he was an orange player, yes, he wouldn't be able to go into safe zones, he would be attacked by guardian sentries, etc. The thing is, there are ways to kill other players without becoming an orange player. One of the most common ways of doing this, you have already seen this back in the Aincrad anime, is that people go to other people who are sleeping on the fields, emulate the movement of the system menu with their hands, and force them into a duel. And if you kill someone in a duel, it's an official PvP battle and does not make you a criminal player. Other examples would be monster player killing. Essentially, you lure a player to a place where they can't handle the monster kill him, and well, you're safe because you didn't even touch that person, it was the monsters who killed them. Another one would be poison or other status afflictions, indirect status afflictions mind you, which is why Crediel had only received the orange cursor when he stabbed Godfrey, not when he actually poisoned Godfrey, Kirito, and the third person who was not there in the anime. Next question. I remember Quinella getting old and wrinkly and using her power to look younger. How old is she logically since birth? That would be 363 years. And physically, well, it's not explicitly mentioned, but she brings her back to her youth, where she considers herself to be the most beautiful that she ever was, and that's all there is to that answer. But that's it for our normal questions, which means we are moving on to the opinion questions, which are still non-spoilery, so you don't need to worry just yet. So far, would you say this has been a good adaptation? I love receiving this question because, guys, I have an entire series about this where at the end of the episodes I give my opinion about the episodes. So to quickly sum it up, the first 7-8 episodes were wonky with too many anime original scenes in favor of actual world building stuff. So the first 8 episodes were not good at all in my opinion. After that, episode 9 and 10 picked that up immensely, became very accurate, a great adaptation, the only exception being episode 13, which had major cuts to the cardinal explanation about Quinella, the world, etc. Also, who's your favorite character in Alicization and why? That would be a future character that has yet to show up. He only received a cameo so far in the anime, which didn't exist in the novels. Vixur Ul Shasta from the Dark Territory. Because he brings something to this new world we are learning about, the Dark Territory, and brings an ideological clash into that world, which I really enjoy, the challenge that possesses, but I won't go more in depth because that would be too spoilery, you know, I don't want to go into that context. Second opinion question, which is included in the opinions section because there is no specific answer. Will Unital Ring be season 4 of SAO? Logically, yes, Unital Ring would be the season 4, but the thing is, we don't know what A1 or Kadokawa will do. First off, the Alicization anime run won't be including the Moon Cradle side stories, which are volume 19 and 20. On top of that, volume 20, according to many people who read it, feels incomplete, so there are things to be added into that book if it's ever adapted into anime form. So the Moon Cradle can easily become a one-core season for Sword Art Online, but it can also be an OVA, you know, A1 can make other feature-length movies. Logically, Unital Ring would be season 4, but we do not know. But this brings us to the end of the opinion questions, which means this is your spoiler warning. Not that many of you care about spoiler warnings, barely any of you leave once I put the spoiler warning up, but hey, if you don't want spoilers, this is your time to leave. Moving on with our first spoiler question. Can Eugeo meet the requirements for dual wielding? If yes, how? If not, why? Well, the thing is, when it comes to Eugeo, it literally comes down to two specific requirements, you know. Do the dual blade skill actually exist within the system, which we know from Alice that they don't. The second would be, does Eugeo even know how to initiate the skills, which he doesn't. Like, if there was one person to know how to utilize them, it would be Kirito using Incarnation. Eugeo does not know how to initiate the skills, has no memories of said skills. He literally can't conjure up dual blade skills even if he wanted to. Spoiler question, this is a follow-up to last week's questions. After someone undergoes the synthesis ritual, their aging is stopped, so does that mean Alice can't age like normal and die due to memory limitations? The thing is, synthesis ritual is not just one sacred arts, you know. The memory deletion would be one part of it, the injection of the piety module would be one, stopping the aging is yet another sacred art, so you can technically have knights without disabling the aging process as well. But yes, Alice would not be able to age like normal people in Underworld and would eventually come to the end of her memory limitations, which the knights actually bypass through their maintenance processes. Is there any way to reverse the synthesis ritual or to remove the piety module without recovering the memory fragment that was stolen from a person? Technically speaking, it is. You don't need to reinstate the stolen memory fragment, but if you don't return the stolen memory fragment, is that even the same person as that was stolen before? So you can let that person live, but it won't be the same person because it's literally not shaped by the old memories that they had. So that would be going to your second question. After Eugeo dies, he sees young Alice and both are removed from the Underworld, so does that mean that there's no way to undo the synthesis ritual and turn Alice back to a normal Flocklight? That is correct, because Alice's Flocklight is essentially the memory fragment that was stolen from her. You know, there is literally no way to bring her back if that memory fragment is already deleted from the system. And our last question. During the Alicization arc, Kirito takes a backseat and it focuses on Eugeo as the main character for part 1, including 2 endings devoted to him. Yes, that is actually correct. In my opinion, not officially. Officially, both Eugeo and Kirito are the main characters of the first half of Alicization. The thing is, in my opinion, it's Eugeo who has that character development. It's Eugeo. This is completely Eugeo's story. In my opinion, he's the main character, while Kirito is just there to be Kirito, to tag along for the journey, to have a connection to the main Sword Art Online. And as you said, he had 2 endings devoted to him in the anime, and the opening as well, providing a lot of depth through symbolism to his personality, which is why I always go back and say, you know, the openings and endings are doing a much better job at giving Eugeo character development than entire episodes do. It's quite sad, but that's the way it is. 2. Kirito is comatose for most of the story after the first half, so who will be the main character for the second half? Alice the Knight or Asuna, since Kirito will be out of the action. In second half, we will be exploring the dark territory as well as new characters arriving, old characters returning, so there's a lot of people who are taking the spotlight. In Volume 15, it's mostly Alice, some of the other knights acting as side characters. We have a lot of world building in Volume 15. We go to Dark Territory, as I said, new characters, lots of new characters actually inside the Dark Territory, how the Dark Territory functions, so a lot of world building on that side as well as some characters that you have seen before in the first episode. So there will be many people who will be taking that main character spotlight, so to say. There's not really a main character. The closest that gets is Subtilizer, Gabrielle Miller, I'd say, and Alice, at least for Volume 15, before things really start picking up, let's say. There will be a lot of people to actually take that task to their shoulders, but that was the final spoiler question, and this is the end of the Q&A. Again, sorry for no visuals. I really didn't want to delay this any further. It's already Friday. If I delayed it, it would be tomorrow, which is when episode 21 goes live. So yeah, audio only was my best option. I don't know what's going on with OBS, but it keeps screwing me over for the past 4 weeks and I'm getting tired of it. But thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope this Q&A answered some of your questions. It actually answered most of your questions, but were you satisfied with my answers? If you weren't, the comment section are at your disposal. Just ask further there and I will reply. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with Explained episode 21. Stay cool.